Hi, welcome back. Today I'm going to do a video on the new Gourmande Girls Summerween palette. This palette will launch June 26th. I'm not for sure on pricing. It probably will be around $56. That's usually what their palettes roundabout retail for. But this is a color story. You do get a mirror in here. You have some very traditional Halloween colors. You've got some brights. I'm going to be doing 2 looks with this palette for you guys, and I will give my thoughts on it and we will go from there. So I am going to lay down a little bit of some like eye tape just because I don't know how much fallout this palette will have. So let me do that real quick and then we will get started. Are you guys more summer? Are you more of a Halloween fan? Are you a Summerween? I personally love fall and I love a good Halloween palette. Gourmande Girls usually does spooky palettes, I feel, quite a lot with theirs, but I'm all for it. So I'm gonna start on my right eye and we'll do something more Halloween, and then I'll go to the other eye and we'll do something summery. That way you can kind of get a mix of both. So I think I'm gonna start with this gray right here, and this is the shade Half-a-Ween. I'm gonna put that in through my crease, and at the end of this palette or this video I will swatch this for you guys, and I have a mirror that I'm looking at down here, so that's why I'm looking down, but I'm just running this through my crease. And I was gifted this palette in PR, so thank you, Christina, for that. I am incredibly thankful and excited for that opportunity. So if you're watching, thank you for gifting me this in PR. I do like the brand Gourmande Girls. I love their shimmers. A little goes a long way with their shimmers because I do find they are a little bit more emollient. So I don't like to pile too much on and then have any creasing happen. So little goes a long way, but I like a good spooky theme. So when they teased this palette, I was very curious what the color story was going to be inside. And with this gray, I am having no issues with it building. This is what it's looking like. It's building all right. I am happy with it. So I'm going to leave it at that for now. And then I am getting a slight kick up in the pan, just a little bit. It's nothing that won't blow away, but just a heads up. I'm going to do this purple shade here called Wishful Thinking. And I'm going to put this in the outer corner, or the outer V. And I would recommend tapping your brush. They are pretty pigmented. I am going to keep this a little lower on the outer portion just so I don't overtake the gray too much, because this purple is very pigmented. I don't know what it's like where you guys live, but I'm in Illinois and we have had so much rain for summer. It's crazy to think. And really, we are already halfway through June. It does not feel like we're getting summer weather to me. Where you guys live, are you getting summer weather, or is it kind of been weird too? So this shade, I am getting a little kick up in the pan as well, but again, it's nothing that personally bothers me as long as performance is there, and I love it so far. So That's what we're looking like right now. I am going to, there's two interesting shades, these two right here, that one is called Summerween and one is Golden Hour. They swatch so beautifully. Let me do those swatches here for you guys. It's like a green to gold and purple to gold or pink. But these are the shades, and this is Golden Hour. And it's got a lot of that gold in there. And then this is Summerween. And this one is like purple to pink or orange. It's pretty. So I definitely want to play with, I think I want to put this purple shade on there. I love this palette though. It is really cute. I've always been a spooky themed person. Sorry, I just had to wipe my hand off. So before I put a shimmer on my lid, I am going to go in with my Gourmande Girls glitter primer, and I did purchase this myself. I like this one because it's more of like a serum texture. It does not disturb or move your mats underneath, and it has helped me with my shimmers not creasing and that good stuff. So I'm just gonna put some on my lid. And let that dry down for just a minute. And then, yeah, I'm going to go in with this shade, the Summerween shade. I'm just going to take a flat brush. All right, and I'm going to slightly tap my brush off. Yeah, this definitely has a purple to orange or gold. When I look down, I'm seeing purple. I'm seeing like a greenish gold. It is a very interesting shade. To you guys, it looks more purple, but I see two different tones with it. That is stunning. Stunning. Might have to take the other one in my inner corner just for the fun of it, guys. I really, really love those shades. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to see, but I'm seeing green, I'm seeing gold. It is stunning. And then I'm gonna take, same brush, I'm gonna put a little bit of that other one on there just for the fun of it. And I'm talking about the shade Golden Hour. I want to put just a little bit to bring some light to the look. And purple and green, I always think of Halloween with that too. So put that like right in the inner part. Just a little bit. Just like that. Now I am going to go back in and touch up the gray a little bit, and then we will move to the lower lash line. So let me touch this up. I wanted to do something kind of darker for this first look. So next I'm going to go to the lower lash line, and I'm going to take the shade Batwing. And then I think I'm going to blend it out a little bit with Shade Shifter. So let's start with that. Let me get a brush. This is just a Wet n Wild brush from a SpongeBob collection years ago. But I'm starting with the Batwing. And I'm just gonna run that to my lash line. It's definitely kind of more of a darker, it almost has like a purpley undertone on my skin, but I love it. And then I'm gonna take Shade Shifter, which is, this one's like a sparkly shade, but it's like a purpley gray. It's really pretty. So I'm gonna take that and just run that a little bit right on top of it. Why not? Why not? Alright, I like it so far. And one more shade I want to pop and try is, I want to try the shade Radio Static. And that is this beautiful purple right here. And I'm going to just put a little bit of that in the inner part as well. Just kind of down here to connect the green and that other shade. Okay, and then I am going to start on the other eye, and then at the very end I will pop on lashes, mascara, so you can see both looks completed, but I'm just going to move over to the other eye and get started on that one, and we'll do finishing touches after. But I'm going to move to the left eye, and for the left eye I want to do something more summer themed. So we've got these pretty like yellows and greens. Got this blue. I think I'm going to start here and then go in with this shade. And maybe we'll pop the orange on the top. We'll see. So I'm going to start with the shade Sun Scaries right here. And then I'll go in with Early Creep. So first I'm going to start with that lighter one. For this, I'm just going to do more of a fun, summery color story. So this one, the Sun Scaries, does kind of sheer out a little bit than what it looks like in the pan, but you can build it up. Alright, I'm now going to go into Early Creep. Also running that through my crease. I did both shades. I do get kickback with in the pan with these shades, but I'm liking the color payoff so far. It is pretty. Okay, that's what we're at right now. I think I want to take thinking. I think I'm going to take just a little bit of this blue. That one's called Poolside Panic, and I am going to take it on a smaller brush And I'm going to try that in the outer corner, just for fun. And I'm kind of going to bring that up ever slightly just to make a wing kind of towards the outer part. This blue is very pigmented. Oh, that's pretty, guys. That's so pretty. That is pretty. All right, I'm going to put the Gourmande Girl Shimmer Primer on. You do not need much of this. I literally only do a tiny, tiny bit of this serum. I do like to rub my fingers together and then go in and apply it. I'm just going to put this right on the lid. I'll let that dry down for a minute. And then I think for the shimmer, I want to try this orange. It may not go fully, but makeup is just to have fun. So we're going to do that on the lid, and then I will maybe try this pink for the lower lash line. It's going to be a very colorful look. So the orange is called Solar Scare. I'm going to take that right on the lid. And this one kind of is just more of your traditional shimmery orange. There's not like too much of a shift, but just a nice shimmer orange. Yeah, that looks fun. All right, I'm gonna wipe my brush off, and then I'm gonna take that lightest pink right here, and that's the shade Scream Sickle. I'm gonna run that on the lower lash line. Tap off my brush. Okay, and then I'm gonna take just a tiny bit of this Hot Ghoul Summer shade and put it on top. Run that also down my lower lash line. But I'm only gonna take that one halfway. I still want to keep this look more light than the first, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. And then for the inner corner, I want to try this yellow. This is called Luminal Light. Got some orange trying to creep on another shade there. And this is going to go right in the inner corner. Just like that. I'm going to slightly add just a little more orange. And then just a little bit more of that Poolside Panic shade. And that will be for that eye. I'm going to pop on finishing touches, mascara, lashes, and I will come back and show you guys the final looks and give my thoughts. And I'll fully swatch the palette for you as well. So I'll be right back. This is a completed look. I've got a Halloween side and a summer side. I used a AOA mascara for the top, and I did use my Wet n Wild Breakup Proof just to tightline. For the lower lash line, I have a ColourPop liner in Insomniac on this side, and then another one that's a ColourPop liner as well in Swerve on this side on my lower waterline. My lashes are AOA in the style Alexis, and this is that palette. It is very, very pretty. I will go ahead and swatch this for you guys real quick, and I will let you know what I think. In general, I really like this palette. So here's the yellow, green, purple, which I can build the purple up a little bit for you guys. That one's a little bit more piecey of a shimmer. I would recommend definitely a glitter glue when you are using these shades. Here's that gray, that pink. Are you guys going to pick this up? Are you a collector of Gourmande Girls palettes? I am very curious what you all think on this color story. Build that up a little bit more for you. Now, like the blue and the bright green, you do kind of need to kind of build up just a little bit. This one's another piecey kind of shimmer. And here is all of the swatches for this palette. You've got this shade with a little bit of the reflective pink in there. This one has some gold in it. But here's the swatches from the palette. And in terms of removal, they do not stain. I can get all of them off with minimal to no staining. They do not stain your skin, as you can see. Sorry, my dog is barking. She is a huge doggy, but she barks at everything. But so sorry if you just heard her, but this palette I am going to assume is going to retail for $56. It drops June 26th. This is the outside cover art, and then this is the color story inside. Let me know, is this going to land up in your collection? Are you going to buy this one? I like the traditional Halloween shades, but I like the summer pops too. So for me, it was different than what I was expecting, but I do really like the color story. I see how you could create many looks. You could keep it dark and smoky. You could keep it light and fun. I think the palette does lend itself to some versatility. These two are going to be your more reflective shimmers, whereas the gray, the purple, and this orange are kind of more of your piecey shimmers. So I would recommend you lay down some kind of glitter primer before you put the shimmers on your eyes. But the mattes blend beautifully. The shimmers are there. I do not have issues with creasing. I have worn Gourmande Girls shadows, and I've never had issues with the creasing. I just do a little goes a long way method, and I've had them wear all day. So I think this palette is going to be a fun addition. If you have Apparition, I think that will pair beautifully with this one as well, because you have those pastel kind of shades in the Apparition palette, but this you get the fun punchy summer shades. So if you have that palette, use them together, create some looks. And I am on Instagram, so if you want to find me over there and tag me in any looks that you make, feel free. Otherwise, you guys, I have to say this is a very fun Summerween palette. Are you team summer? Are you team Halloween? Are you team Summerween? Just let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!